Hey, so a few of you on my latest thrift haul video have asked me about my tattoos, so I'm giving the people what they want, and here we are. I don't have that many tattoos. I have about 8 of them, but I am going to walk you through each and every one of them from the earliest one that I have to the latest one, and then we're going to talk about pricing, where I got them, how much it hurt, and how long it took. So let's just get right to it. So I have everything written down in my notebook so I don't forget. But the first piece that I have is a rib piece. It was done by someone named Jake. His handle used to be Janky Jake, but I'm not sure if he's changed it or not. I'll put everything in the description box. But I got this piece when I was like 22, and it actually does have meaning. So not all of my tattoos have meaning, but this one does. And I gave him the concept idea, and it's choosing between emotions and logic. So, you know, choosing your brain or your heart. And I had a lot of trouble figuring out how to visualize it. So I sent him over the concept and I told him to run with it, figure out how to do it, and once I got there, he came up with this, and we tweaked it a little bit, but I think he did a really great job at visualizing my concept. It's a person holding a heart, kind of like Shakespeare, like to be or not to be. But yeah, it took around an hour, a little over an hour and 15, maybe an hour and a half. And a lot of people told me that rib pieces hurt the most, but it wasn't that bad for me. I think it was a 5 or 6 out of 10 pain. The only part that kind of hurt more was when he got closer to the armpit area, but that makes sense because it's tender here. But yeah, I thought it was a really great rendition of what I wanted the concept to be, and it's definitely still one of my favorite pieces. It hasn't faded all too much considering where it is, so yeah, I'm very happy with it. I think I spent about $450, which is, you know, a little bit on the pricey side, but I think for a first tattoo and for a piece kind of this size, and I think that's pretty reasonable. So that is the first tattoo I ever got. Next 3 tattoos I got around the same time, so I'm not sure exactly the order, but I will go in this order just because I have no idea. But the next one is this cherry tattoo that I got on my upper left thigh area, and this was totally an impulse tattoo. I got this at a art pop-up in LA with my friend, and it was only $20. This artist, I don't even remember the artist, which is really bad. I don't remember the artist. It was only $20. It was like from a flash sheet, and I just got it. And at the time I only had, I think this was my second tattoo actually, because I distinctly remember only having the rib one and then not being ready to like put it in a visible place. So I decided to get it on my upper thigh. I think it's actually kind of cute because when I wear like a bikini or something, or like shorts, and I sit down, it like peeks out a little bit. So yeah, it's like a fun one now. It's like I don't necessarily regret it, but it's just kind of like a fun one that I have. But yeah, it didn't hurt at all. 2 out of 10 pain. Again, $20. I don't know who the artist is, and yeah. So the next tattoo that I have is this one on my pelvis area. It's a candy heart with dream girl in the center of it. I got this one because it was a tattoo where all of the profits of it went to Planned Parenthood. I don't remember the shop that I got it from, but it was a shop in Culver City in LA. That's all I remember. But yeah, it was $60, so shop minimum, but all the profits went to Planned Parenthood. I decided to place this here because it's like a little cheeky placement, because only me and a select few people will be able to see it, because it's like you have to take off my pants to see it. So I thought it was cheeky. But pain wise, I think the guy who did it put a little bit too much pressure on some points. So if I don't know if you can tell from the clip, but a part of it is like kind of scabbed over, not scabbed over, but like it's lifting in ink, and the words aren't as clear and crisp anymore. But I think that's just kind of like the area that it's in, and also the guy who did it probably put too much pressure. But honestly, whatever. It's a tattoo that only I know that I have, but I guess now you know too, so. But yeah, it's just like a fun one, another fun one that I have, so. And then the next tattoo that I have is this one, and it's just 3 tulips. This one does have meaning. Tulips are my mom's favorite flower, and I wanted a tattoo that represented my mom because I love her a lot. So I decided to get this one for her. She saw it actually, and she was like, "Did you get a tattoo?" And I was like, "Yeah." And then she was like, "Your dad's gonna kill you." And then she never mentioned it ever again. I think she decided to like forget that I have it. My parents are actually very traditional when it comes to tattoos. My mom less than my dad. My dad thinks tattoos are gay. But you know, that's another story. They actually don't know I'm as tatted as I am, so when am I gonna tell them? Who knows? But yeah, this one I got from an artist named Devin Mina in Laguna Beach. He charged me shop minimum, which was I think $80, which I think is a steal for this tattoo because it's definitely one of the tattoos that held up the best. But it makes sense. This guy is like a god at his job because he's booked when I booked him. He's been booked for like the entire year, so he's very good at his job, and the lines stayed pretty crisp. I mean, there's still like some areas that need touching up because it's been about, when did I get this? It's been about 4 or 5 years now since I've had it, but it's pretty clear as day still, and it's definitely another one of my favorite pieces. So I think pain level for this one was also like a 4 out of 10. It wasn't bad at all actually. So those tattoos I got in a very short period of time. So between those ones and the next one, it was like a year or two. But in that time span, I was like, oh, it'd be cool if I got a tattoo at a place, like if I travel to a place, I can get a tattoo there or get a tattoo that would represent that place that I visited. So in 2018, I went on a work trip to China, and I was like, this trip is super cool. It was like 10 days. I had a blast, and there was like a ton of ginkgo trees in China. So when I got back, I was like, I definitely want a tattoo to kind of represent this trip. So I got these 2 ginkgo leaves on my arm. I got them from a girl named Cindy. I actually went to high school with her. I didn't know her, but like I knew of her, and a mutual friend of ours posted on Instagram that she was doing tattoos, so I hit her up. She did this one for me, and this one definitely healed the toughest out of all of my tattoos. It was definitely the most finicky, but I think that's just because she put a little bit too much pressure than my skin was comfortable with. So parts of them kind of scabbed a little bit, but luckily you can't really tell. The ink still stayed, so that's good. I do wish that I got it a little bit smaller because of how much black ink there is, but at the time I was like, let's just make it big because I wanted to be yadded. So you know, that's my only thing that I wish I got this one smaller, but a lot of people like this tattoo, so you know, I'm not mad at it. I just would like to fill up my arm a little bit more just to balance it out, because when I stand like this is like the only one that's kind of visible. So I want to fill my arm up a little bit more so it doesn't look so lonely. But in terms of pain, I think this one was a little bit more painful because of how much pressure was put on certain parts of the tattoo. So I would say it's like a 7 out of 10 pain, and I think I paid her about $120 for this tattoo. So yeah. The next two tattoos I got at the same time. It was during my 24th birthday trip to Portland, and it is both the mirror man, or the mirror person, and the sunshine text tattoo that I have. These were done by a tattoo artist named Shannon Wolf, and I set an appointment with her. I was like, I want to get a tattoo for my birthday here in Portland. So I researched a bunch of Portland tattoo artists and I booked with her, and this is actually a flash tattoo, but someone already claimed it, so I asked her to modify it because she was cool with that. So I asked her to modify the pose of the mirror person to do the peace sign, because I do this all the time. And I thought it was really cute. A lot of people think it's like an egg or something, but a lot of people also understand that it's a mirror because of the whole blue things. And then the sunshine one, I just saw a post on her Instagram saying that if you wanted like a script text, she wanted to practice more script texting, so to like ask her to tack it onto your tattoo appointment. So that's what I did, and I decided to get sunshine in this really pretty blue teal color, and it's also definitely one of my favorite tattoos. A lot of people compliment me on this one because of the color, and I think it's really cute with the placement of where the flower one is too. So these ones definitely didn't hurt as much. 3 or 4 pain out of 10, and pricing was pretty cheap. I think I paid her $150 for both of these, so not too bad at all. And I really enjoyed her studio, so I definitely recommend you to check her out because her studio is really cool, very inclusive, very warm, very inviting, so definitely check her out. And then my last tattoo, and my most recent one, is my back piece that I got. I got this actually right before lockdown happened last February, so February 2020. My favorite tattoo artist of all time, Just Chen, was doing a guest spot in the studio in LA, so I hopped on it because I missed her guest spots, or like booking with her like 3 times before that. I think the first year I was in Toronto, but she was on vacation, so I couldn't book with her. The second time she was in LA, I missed her booking. And then the third time when she was in LA, I booked, but then I was too late, so I couldn't snag an appointment. So 4th time is the charm. I set my alarm and everything, and I was able to snag an appointment, and I got a back piece. And I was actually, at this point, I was like really ready to get like a big back piece, and it's just these 2 roses. It's from her flash, but I absolutely love her. She's like the cutest human being. I love her art. If I lived in Toronto, all of my tattoos would probably be by her, but this piece took about 2.5 hours, I think, because of the size. Pain wise, I would say 6 or 7. I think because I was sitting there for longer than I was used to. The bottom flower hurt the most. I think by that time I was just like kind of tired of it, and it was like really, really stinging. And it was pretty close to my, especially when she got closer to my stomach area, it like stung really bad. But that makes sense because like the tummy area is supposed to be one of the most painful because it's just tender. So yeah, pain was like 7 out of 10, but not too bad. I have a high pain tolerance, so I was able to sit through it, and it's probably my favorite piece because it's from my favorite tattoo artist. It was definitely my most expensive tattoo. If I remember correctly, I think I spent about $1,200 on this tattoo, but honestly, for a tattoo this size and from my favorite artist, worth every single penny. I saved up for it. I love it. It's my coolest piece, I think, in my opinion, but I'm just probably biased. All right, so those are all my tattoos. Like I said, I don't have that many, but you know, of course, I do want more once this panini is over and I can go get tattooed again. I do want to get more arm pieces to kind of fill it up. I like the look of like sticker booking my arms with like tattoos, so I want something like clouds or sparkles to kind of fill in this area, and some more stuff on the side. I don't know, haven't figured it out yet, but definitely want more arm pieces to just kind of like fill everything up. But I hope you enjoyed this video, and I hope you enjoyed seeing the tattoos that I have up close and personal. If you have any questions about any of the tattoos that I have, leave them down below. Like I said, I will put all the information that I have about each tattoo in the description box, and you know, once I get more, I'll probably update this video. But you know, until then, thank you for watching, and I will see you in my next one. See ya.